Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Hey, they've got an annual meeting coming up on Saturday, live stream at 2 p.m. So you'll want to take part in that. It's your cooperative, right? You register in person or by phone at the local office right now. Do that this week. You're saying, well, it's a live stream. Why do I need to register? Well, when you register, your name is put into a drawing for various giveaways. So check that out at mte.com/annual meeting. It is time to talk with James Price of the Better Business Bureau as we kick off this Wednesday program. James, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How you going, Brian?
I'm good. I'm liking your surface there.
Yeah, it's trying to go paperless.
Yeah,
I
understand. Good way to do that. Coffee and Connections, how did that go? Was that Monday? Or 2 Mondays ago?
2 Mondays ago.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. MT and United Communications are a great host with that. We had the Rotary Club of Murfreesboro lunch club out there, and they got really high marks for it. But overall, the Small Business Development Center gave some great tips for businesses and let people know that, hey, this is open for all businesses to come out. This doesn't have to be a new business. It can be any business. And so if you're looking to grow or sustain or just do other things in your business, the Small Business Development Center is a great place to go. It's in the Chamber building on the second floor. You can reach them by phone and set up an appointment, but absolutely a great staff over there. And, of course, they're tied to MTSU.
Right. And a hidden gem, maybe you could say?
I think it's one of the best kept secrets for businesses around. I mean, it's amazing how many people don't even know they're there, and the services they provide are free. And so if you have any part of your business where you're trying to start it, grow it, sustain it, call them up and say, hey, I'd like to have a small session with you, see if you guys can kind of give me some ideas of what I can do for my business. Even if your business is going good now, businesses have peaks and valleys.
Sure.
And so...
Well, and everybody's got some aspect that they could have growth in, obviously.
Right. Yes. And not only that, maybe you're doing great revenue, but maybe your margins are way out of whack. I deal with some businesses when they first come on board BBB, and their whole service area they have down is between like Cookeville and Dixon and Southern Kentucky and the Alabama state line. And there's times I'll call them up, a few months later, just kind of check in, and they'll go, can you make it so I just get calls within the county? I'm just so busy. I just don't want to leave the county anymore.
Right.
That's how busy they are, and they just go, time on the road is money, and so
if you've got to drive 2 hours, would have to cost more,
right?
Because that's 2 hours that you're not on the job and doing the work,
right?
And making money, yeah.
So Small Business Development Center can help you, identify those markets and how to, zero in on what you need to zero in on. Maybe you need to cut out some of your services and add others.
I would think recruitment of employees, things of that nature. I mean, everybody seems to be in that boat.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's it was a great event, and of course they're going to be there ongoing. So I just highly recommend people stop by the Small Business Development Center. If you're in business or thinking about being in business, struggling in your business, it's a great free resource for you.
We're glad things went okay with Coffee and Connections, and look forward to the next event when that takes place. We're going to talk a little bit about auto insurance today, right?
Yeah, just when it comes to all insurances, you can go to bbb.org and you can get tips for different types of insurance. I just kind of selected auto insurance today mainly because between my text messages and my inbox, I'm inundated with cancel your insurance and do this, do that, check your insurance right here, check your insurance right here. So everything that you see on the web is not true. So that's a secret.
Really? Well, you can get whatever answer you want on the internet, right?
That's right. So that's with anything. If you search it long enough, you'll find somebody that agrees with your point.
Yeah.
But is it the truth? So, and we'll just kind of hit some highlights on this here today. But owning a car and operating it, there's a lot of uh, risk and increased cost that goes along with it, and then of course there's liability that goes along with that because if you're out there and you have an accident, whether it's your fault or not, it can end up costing you a lot of money. And so insurance is one of those ways that you can kind of make sure that you are taking care of that sort of thing if accidents happen. And of course, there's different rules from where you live. I'm not an insurance agent, so what I'm not doing today is I'm not giving you advice on what to do with insurance. It's more of be aware what are some of those things out there. There's some great insurance companies out there who can walk you through the different rates and plans and services. You can go to bbb.org, and there's a lot of accredited businesses out there who are selling insurance, probably close to your neighborhood. And, many times they'll have a conference with you and say, hey, what are you trying to do? So you got to find out where you live. Do you have no fault insurance? How does insurance pricing policies work? What insurance does the law require? Those are all questions that you need to ask about, insurance about in the area where you're at, and it's going to vary from state to state. Different jurisdictions have different pricing policies. There's non-competitive pricing requires that all insurance companies charge the same price for coverage offered. And then there's prior approval pricing, which means the insurance commission must approve prices, and prices will generally vary only slightly. And then you have the competitive pricing, which allows companies to charge whatever they want, whatever the market they can get on the market. Right. They can charge whatever they want. So that's three different types of insurance pricing policies, and you need to know how they work in your area. And then, of course, there's the requirements. Some jurisdictions require you to carry some level of liability insurance. If yours doesn't require you to do it, what specific amounts do you have to have, if you have to have any?
Well, we do know in Tennessee you have to have some type of liability insurance, and but I can tell you from when you start adding kids to the mix, on your insurance. And when you were talking about jurisdictions and where they are, just think about if you've got kids that are out of state as well, going to college, you may need to check in on do you have the right policy if they're in another state.
Right. And yeah. And so if you travel out of state a lot, what is it at other state? Is there some requirements over there? Your insurance agent can answer a lot of those questions. But once you know the rules and requirements and where you live, you can look up specific types of insurance and decide, what do you want to buy? And in most cases, car insurance follows the vehicle, not the driver. And I found that kind of interesting. However, this depends on your insurance, where you live, who's listed on your policy. So you need to take time to review your policy before assuming that you're covered. If you borrow a friend's car or you rent a car on vacation, you need to make sure that those things happen. If you go rent a car when you're on vacation and your policy doesn't cover that, you could be back to that Seinfeld episode where called what? Yeah. Well, you weren't driving the car. It's not covered. You're just gonna have to pay for this. So
you don't want to get stuck with one of those bills.
No, and just a fender bender could end up costing you a lot of money, even if nobody's hurt. But then there's, ask your insurance agency and your agent about certain details like bodily injury insurance, property damage, medical payments or personal injury protection, collision, comprehensive physical damage, uninsured or underinsured motorists that may happen to hit you. How does that cover? And then specialty coverage, you can get supplemental insurance to cover things like towing and labor and car rental reimbursement on your basic insurance policy for a few dollars when you add it to your monthly premium. So there's certain things that you can add to that policy. Now, you may or may not feel like you need those kind of things. I mean, if you're if you never drive more than 5 miles away from your house, your insurance needs might be different than if you spend a lot of time driving out of state and you're driving on vacation to the beach and that kind of thing. So you really want to ask questions about, your driving habits and where you go. That can affect things.
James Price with the Better Business Bureau joining us today, and we're talking about some tips for auto insurance, and got a couple of minutes left here. I guess choosing the insurer or choosing the policy with a company is kind of the big question that takes some homework, if you will.
Yeah, so go check your current insurance provider and go to bbb.org, and you can see the complaints up there. You'd be surprised some of the major insurance carriers in the U.S. across the country don't have good ratings, and so I would check into it. You can also check what's always been kind of like the pinnacle is the AM Best ratings, and you can get both those links on bbb.org if you go and look at this insurance questions on auto insurance. But in there, they're going to tell you there's like 10 questions you can ask insurance companies about user conditions. How do I contact the company? What's the average length of time before a claim adjuster contacts me? What are the requirements with respect to qualified repair shops? If pre-inspections are required, exactly what information does the company require, exactly what expenses are covered, what discounts might apply. Discounts is the thing is, like if you bundle your car insurance and your home insurance, some companies will give you discounts for that kind of thing. So if you got them in separate places right now, you may want to go out there and just get quotes. What are the deductibles on my policy? Choosing higher or lower deductibles. And does collision coverage have a clause allowing me to reject a claim on a settlement if they feel it's not right? So there's a whole savings checklist on there. On BBB, talks about considering your deductible. Think twice about comprehensive or collision coverage on older cars. If it's an old car, you might be over-insuring it. Buy a low-profile, low-maintenance car. Ask about discounts. They're out there. Combine policies, like we said a minute ago. Keep an eye on your credit. Your credit score can actually have an impact on your insurance rate. And one of the best things you can do is just maintain a clean driving record.
Yeah, that's a biggie. I kind of learned that lesson with young drivers on my insurance.
Right.
Makes a big difference.
Yes.
Yeah. Fender benders, all of that kind of thing. Those, just be very careful as you're driving,
The speed limit, there's things like stop signs that you should stop for.
I know a lot of these companies also use some type of technological invention, if you will, where it can track your driving and whether you're driving while distracted on the phone or you brake too hard and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And they're doing that just to see if that's a good I guess investment with you on and with the insurance. So it's really interesting how they do all of that nowadays.
Yep.
Just see if you're a liability, I guess.
Yeah. So in many companies now they put GPS systems in their vehicles where they're watching their employees like a hawk. So, but not just car insurance, but auto insurance. Health insurance, long-term disability insurance. You can get all these tips on BBB on some things to look out for. We just kind of picked auto insurance today mainly because there's so many companies out there just kind of bombarding people with advertising for it.
Right. And, it's good to try to talk with someone. You may be able to save some money if you have home and auto and, long-term all in with one company. Sometimes it saves you a bit of money on that kind of thing, and some discounts too.
Absolutely. Hey, just really quick, we got Songwriters Night coming up in October.
Oh, good.
It's going to be over at the Factory in Franklin again. We'll have 3 songwriters who have written songs for some well-known artists. We can get more information for that if you are interested in buying tickets, sponsoring a table, bringing out friends, family, co-workers, vendors, clients, whatever. You can get a table and entertain them for an evening. Businesses can donate stuff for our silent auction. All this money goes to BBB's nonprofit that helps support small businesses here in Middle Tennessee.
Very good. And October is when
Yes.
that is?
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll have plenty of time to keep you updated on that. James, appreciate it. Thanks for coming in.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.
James Price of the Better Business Bureau joining us today, and that will do it for the program. I would like to remind you that if you head to WGNSradio.com/listen to see where you can hear your favorite WGNS shows live and on demand, and even watch some on Big G TV, WGNSradio.com/listen. Have a great day out there, everyone. We'll see you back next time.
Hello friends, Lenny Farmer with Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home. More than I can count, we have taken care of families who were totally caught off guard with the passing of a loved one. There are so many details to tie up. It really can be overwhelming. Again, more than I can count are the comments from families who have pre-planned and pre-funded their or their loved one's funeral, saying, "I'm so thankful we took care of this ahead of time. It would have been a financial hardship had we not. Let me help you pre-plan." Call me at 615-893-2422.
And now reading of this morning's death notices. Raymond David Layhew, age 78, of Murfreesboro, passed away on Sunday, August the 18th. He is preceded in death by his parents, Ernest Layhew and Bonnie Gertrude Bogle Layhew. David proudly owned and operated Layhew Electric for 45 years in Murfreesboro. Survived by his loving wife of 58 years, Sharon, 2 daughters, Tammy Collins and Angela Oliver, both of Murfreesboro, 2 grandchildren, Lucas Oliver of Woodbury and Mahaley Marable of Christiana, 4 great-grandchildren, and a host of other family members. The family will receive relatives and friends on Wednesday, August the 21st from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. at Woodfin Memorial Chapel. Funeral will be held Thursday, August the 22nd at 11 a.m., also at the chapel. Bud Mitchell will be officiating. Burial will immediately follow at Roselawn Memorial Gardens for Raymond David Layhew, age 78. Kenneth Turner, age 75, of Murfreesboro, passed away August the 18th at Smyrna Care Center. Born in Walker County, Alabama, graduated from Berry High School and moved to Tennessee, graduating from Trevecca Nazarene College. Ken was preceded in death by his parents, Henry and Earlene Turner, stepmother, Maybelle Turner, brother, Joe Turner, and sister, Janice Turner. Survived by his wife, Barbara Turner, their son, Kenneth Travis Turner, sister, Betsy Norwood, and a host of other family members. Visitation will be 5 until 8 p.m. Thursday, August 22nd at Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home. These are the arrangements today for Kenneth Turner, age 75. Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home, handling services. I'm Steve Thornton.
Murfreesboro Funeral Home and Cremation Services. Staff members are caring and understand that each family is unique.
We ask them the questions. Is there going to be a burial, going to be a cremation?
Keith Stapleton, manager of the Murfreesboro Funeral Home, off of South Church Street.
Miss Flora Lillard transitioned from this earthly life to eternal life on Wednesday, August the 14th. She leaves a host of devoted family members to cherish her memory. The arrangements are incomplete at this time, and the completed obituaries will be forthcoming. Please keep the family of Miss Flora Lillard in your thoughts and prayers. Scales & Sons Funeral Home handling these services. Mrs. Patricia Barkley, age 66, passed away in Lewisburg, Tennessee on Thursday, August the 15th. There will be no services at this time. Arrangements entrusted to J.C. Hellam Funeral Home for Mrs. Patricia Barkley, age 66. William Thomas Holden, age 100, of Murfreesboro, passed away from this life on Sunday, August the 18th. Born April the 5th, 1924, in Christiana Community. Son of Leonard M. Holden and Willie Irene Holden. In addition to his parents, he was also preceded in death by his wife of 43 years, Oma Dale Holden. Survivors include daughter Deborah Trotter, son Dennis Holden, grandchildren, and so many other precious family members. Woodfin Memorial Chapel in charge of cremation for Mr. William Thomas Holden, age 100. This will conclude today's obituaries for WGNS Radio. I'm Steve Thornton.
I'm Shannon Whitfin Parsons at Whitfin Funeral Chapels, serving Murfreesboro and Smyrna. Here at Whitfin Chapel, we provide personalized services based on each individual's life, experiences, beliefs, and pastimes. We do this for all families in our community, including our own, and we do so with the utmost compassion and empathy. Whitfin Funeral Chapels, Murfreesboro and Smyrna, since 1893.
This is Chip Walters, and you're listening to Rutherford County's Blue Raider station.
Yeah, we got them. MTSU Sports on WGNS, AM, FM, online.
Stories about kids and technology are often humorous, like the one about the little boy in Texas who used his mom's phone to order a lot of cheeseburgers. Only 2 years old, the boy somehow opened DoorDash, an app that delivers food to your door, then pushed enough buttons to buy 31 cheeseburgers and tipped the driver almost $40. The boy's mom had no idea until she discovered 6 bags from McDonald's sitting on her porch. While stories like that make us laugh, there's plenty about kids and technology that isn't so cute. For starters, smartphones give children unfiltered access to the internet. Every day, impressionable children stumble into dangerous territory where pornography, child predators, and online bullies stalk their prey. And the trouble doesn't end there. The average child spends almost 3.5 hours on their smartphone every day, which doesn't include screen time at school. Add in television and gaming systems, and some children spend 9 to 10 hours a day with technology. That's a sobering thought for parents who want well-rounded children who are capable of healthy human relationships. Now, I'm not suggesting that parents outlaw technology, but we do need to be wise. Once Pandora's box is open, there's no shutting it. So, for the sake of your children, I urge you, Mom and Dad, stay alert and stay engaged. To help your children thrive, visit FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
The words you are about to hear are taken from letters sent in by members of the Trinity Debt Management Program.
Dear Trinity, today I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a constant state of anxiety and panic, but now there is hope for my family's financial future.
Working with Trinity made me understand that I'm not alone.
You really do help people.
Your kindness will never be forgotten.
Without Trinity's support, I would not have achieved my lifelong goal of becoming debt-free.
We saved a lot on interest and penalties, of course, but the reward was the gift of human kindness.
Trinity has carried me through a very difficult time in my life. You're amazing.
I used to feel so anxious and hopeless. Now I feel grace and peace.
God bless Trinity as you continue to help others become debt-free.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, flagship station for MTSU Sports. Courthouse clock time, 11 o'clock. Now an update from the WGNSradio.com News Center.
I'm Ron Jordan. The United States Department of Justice announced it's launching an investigation into operations at Trousdale Turner Correctional Center on Tuesday. The U.S. DOJ said the decision was based on a thorough review of various state audits that have shed light on understaffing and safety concerns since it opened its doors in 2016. The investigation will also look into whether the state protects inmates at Trousdale from physical violence and sexual abuse. The Justice Department notified Tennessee officials of the investigation on Monday and that it will be conducted under the Civil Rights of Institutionalized Persons Act. The statute allows the U.S. DOJ to investigate the systemic violations of individuals' rights in institutional settings, including prisons. Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue responded to a house fire in the 900 block of Green Hill Street on Sunday afternoon, arriving just in time to find smoke billowing from the home. The call came in around 1:30 p.m., and as crews approached it, it was clear they had their work cut out for them. After swiftly exiting their trucks, firefighters were able to bring the blaze under control and extinguish the fire. While the homeowners were safely outside, the same could not be said for their furry family members. Firefighters, demonstrating a dedication to all lives on the property, successfully rescued 2 cats that were trapped inside the burning home. Fortunately, no injuries were reported among either the residents or their pets. 34-year-old Brandon McBee was convicted of 3 counts of rape in Rutherford County Circuit Court last week. The charges against McBee stem from allegations that originated in August of 2020 on the grounds of the MTSU dairy farm. McBee will stay in jail until his sentencing. I'm Ron Jordan reporting.
The Good Neighbor Network, on air and online at WGNSradio.com. Rutherford County's most trusted source for local news.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. Another big political name is in the lineup for the third night of the Democratic National Convention. Political scientist Larry Sabato says for the second straight session, a former president will command attention.
Bill Clinton and others will focus on the issues that will distinguish Kamala Harris from Donald Trump.
CBS's Caroline Cummings is in Chicago.
Tonight, the headliner is Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who will formally accept that vice presidential nomination. And he is going to try to introduce himself to Americans for the first time. A poll that just came out shows that 4 in 10 don't know much about him.
The CBS's Scott McFarland tells us Donald Trump takes his Republican campaign to an important state.
Trump pledged he would return to outdoor rallies after the attempt on his life in Butler, Pennsylvania last month, and he's doing so today in a battleground state, North Carolina. We're in Asheboro, about 90 minutes outside of Charlotte. He'll appear with his running mate, J.D. Vance, to talk military and defense outside of a museum here.
Overseas, divers off Sicily have found 4 of the 6 bodies they've been looking for after 3 days after a super yacht went down in a storm.
An Italian fireboat turned into a ferry for the dead. Police divers are still working to recover victims from the wreck 150 feet below. This doctor treated the 15 who survived that night.
The word that all the injured kept repeating was darkness. The darkness that they experienced during the shipwreck.
They told him the super yacht sank within 5 minutes of being hit by that sudden freak storm. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
Russian authorities say Moscow came under one of the largest attacks yet by Ukrainian drones since the start of the invasion. All 45, it says, were destroyed. The attacks come as Ukrainian forces keep up a push in Russia's western Kursk region. Now to McKinney, Texas.
What we want, AC!
UPS drivers demand AC, better safety standards. Some say they've suffered heat exhaustion. One driver passed out at the wheel this week. Jeff Bowers is with the local Teamsters Union.
I'm hoping that they will take this serious. I've talked to some of the Amazon drivers and some of the other guys that have that AC that blows directly down on them. It's something that you just deal with every day.
Well, there's triple-digit heat in much of Texas today. Ford says it's changing its electric vehicle plans and will now focus on making 2 electric vehicle pickup trucks and a new commercial van. The company says it will cost less, have longer range. Ford is losing millions on its current EV lineup. Wall Street's right now the Dow is down 59 points. The S&P is down 2. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit Optima
Your
Tax.
mattress order. And here we go, 6 minutes past the hour. A brand new hour has begun. We thank you for being with us. This hour starts with the national anthem. Thanks for being here. 7.5 minutes now past the hour of the Rick and Bubba Show. Thank you for being with us as we go. So we unpack another hour on another day, and we are thankful that you are here. Speedy and the real Greg Burgess knocked out a kickoff hour for you. Eddie Van Adler joins the fray with the YouTube option. Hello to the tubers. Whether you're watching live or archived, or maybe you have a best of hour because you're a Blaze TV subscriber. We're glad that you are here. America's boldest radio stations give you the Rick and Bubba Radio Network. Our TuneIn app is available if you don't have an affiliate. All those are live options. Archives include the YouTube channel, as I mentioned, and also our podcast audio archives available every day. So there's no reason to miss the show, whether that be live or go back to the archives and pick up any part that you might have missed. It's all available to you now, live and on your own time. So we're missing one, the silver-tongued one, the man with the golden voice, professional lunch eaters, man of the year, the inventor of pizza and a cup, Shakespeare's worst nightmare, and the master out of King's English. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Bill Bubba Bussey! Howdy, Bubba.
How about it, Rick Burgess? Friends, neighbors, associates everywhere across the fruited plain, welcome to Rick and Bubba.
I get up in the morning and it's just another day. I pack up my belongings, I got to get away. I jump into a taxi and the time is getting tight. I got to keep it moving, I got a show tonight and I'm moving on from town to town. There you go. Bad Company moving on.
Bad Company.
Bubba, we have much to celebrate today. We have just a long line of Fix Mama's Mouths over the 30-plus years that we've been doing this, now working to finish out year 31. And today, we will meet another mama who's had her mouth fixed. What a day.
What a life-changing event this can be. I am looking forward to seeing it.
And what's been fun,
Dr. Dudney with his magical hands.
Dudney is here
Life-changing.
and ready to go. You know what's funny, too, is watching the flashbacks from Turner South and wherever Adler finds these things on the YouTube option. We looked, was it last week? When we looked up and it was going through your dental makeover.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was last week. It was the end of last week?
Something like that. And we look up and we're like, well, there's when Bubba got it done. There it was documented.
Oh, yeah. They had me in the chair.
Yeah. So that was an interesting.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. And so today we'll look at another one of those. It'll be a great celebration. We'll hear the great story and all of you that voted for her, and now we have the final product. So we have that today. Wednesday Bible studies back today on the YouTube channel. That's later. That'll be noon Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. We continue to walk through the Hall of Fame of Faith in Hebrews chapter 11 and our study of Hebrews today. So that'll be there in the archive. Will be for you out a little bit later on. And I know the kickoff hour talked about it, but this thing keeps coming up over and over throughout our years together, and that is the miracle in the Music City, the Music City miracle.
We saw it firsthand. We were mere
there.
feet away.
Can I tell you something on that note? Side note, jump over here for just a minute. So we often is left out is our halftime performance. When we were
that was one of the more physically challenging moments we had on the show.
Bubba and I had to wear helmets and catch punts out of that punt machine. And if we dropped it, the audience lost. And if we caught it, they all got pizza or something.
Yeah, and they had people all year. We saw them doing it. This was a playoff game.
Yeah.
And they would boo them maniacally.
Oh, yeah.
If they
Crazy
missed
booing.
it.
Crazy
And
booing.
I don't remember seeing anybody catch it before us. Now, I'm sure somebody did.
I'm sure they did.
But I remember,
did.
I remember seeing one or two hit people on top of the head because they had the big lineman mask on. So it was hard to see out of. I'll give you that.
It was.
Helmet's pretty heavy. But I remember them booing them to the point I felt sorry for the people on the field.
If you were in the stands and pizza was up, wouldn't you boo them?
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah. And then Bubba and I.
Cost me a piece of pizza.
And then we caught the punt, and that wasn't enough. And then we ran over the mascot, or I did, for a touchdown.
I juked. You ran over him.
I ran over him.
Yeah.
And did score.
It was cold, and the wind was blowing, Rick. Oh, my gosh. I thought that ball, it looked like it was a jumping bean coming down.
This kid did not have that kind of environment as far as the crowd is big because it's preseason or the weather. But I saw on Reels today, and I guess it's this year, the Packers and all their preseason stuff brought a kid out, put a Packers helmet on him, and that little kid, this is going to blow your mind. Looks like the kid couldn't have been more than 13, 12, somewhere in there. He caught not one, not two, but three, and never put the first ball down.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and they were seeing if he could, and they were seeing if he could do it.
Yeah.
And that little kid caught three balls, and he would take one, put it over, they'd kick another, he'd catch it,
Oh,
and
that's
they'd
cool.
do the third one. And it was now he didn't have the weather conditions we had, but pretty impressive.
Yeah,
but,
that is. I have to give him that.
But anyway, the flashback now, apparently Netflix, is this Untold Stories? Is this
Yeah, they got a little series.
Untold. I've seen some of those. And it's
Isn't that what the Manti Te'o one? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
you
so.
kind of felt sorry for what you said about him. No, I really didn't. He's that stupid.
I was about to say, Speedy, did you ask Greg if he ever felt bad about saying anything bad about anything?
No, I just wanted that
gullible
response.
human
that ever lived.
Yes.
That's what I was looking for.
It's only the Grinch whose heart grew 3 sizes. Greg, we thought did when he had grandkids, but going back in time and grabbing an apology from Greg, that's a tough one.
Well, yeah, it is.
Don't have much.
Yeah, but
Rick, everything's been said and done.
But anyway, so this McNair Untold Story has now got everybody seeing again this moment when Bubba and I were on the sidelines, and now I'm getting the pictures of me standing behind McNair and people. There was a number of emails again overnight. So
That's
people,
funny.
So people, there it is. So people are watching that on Netflix right now. And
Rick,
so,
you're on the Netflix preview screen.
Oh, am I? Okay, there.
Is that
that is the preview.
Look at that. You're in it. You actually look bigger than he does.
Well, remember we've taught our
It's
kids.
like it's a story about you.
Yeah, we've done
McNair just hanging around.
Right. We've done the stories where we've taught our kids how to position yourself behind certain people to get on TV, and we're as good at it as anybody.
Yeah.
So and that one was a good one since it's so historic. So that'll be around a while there.
That's fun.
it. Yeah, that's funny. So I'm getting tons of emails about that right now. So, and I know y'all talked about it. A little
Did Rick shoot Steve McNair? I mean, you're like you're part of the story.
No, that wasn't me. A lot of lessons on the Steve McNair story, and they're not just football.
No. But there's also some theories out there. Maybe it may not all be as it seems.
Here we go.
Sure, conspiracy. Why not? Hadn't had one this week.
We'll get into that later, but right now let's say hello to our winner and fix Mama's mouth. We'll be right back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Have you heard of cancer-fighting foods? The American Cancer Society discovered diets rich in fruits and veggies may actually lower your risk of cancer. You should considering doing what I do, and that's add Field of Greens to your daily health regimen. Each fruit and veggie in Field of Greens was doctor-selected for studied health benefits. Get 15% off and free rush shipping at fieldofgreens.com and use the new promo code BIGVOX. That's BIG, V as in voice, OX, to get your discount.
Oh, look, honey, the ants are back.
Wow. We leave one itsy-bitsy speck of food out, and they appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe we used to try to get rid of these guys. Now they're just part of the family.
To be honest, I liked our family the way it was before they came.
I guess it's time to call Cooks.
You don't have to live with pests. Get proven protection from Cook's Pest Control. Call or go online for a free quote.
Cook's Pest Control. Our friends at TheraBreath have some good news if you have bad breath. Try TheraBreath Fresh Breath Oral Rinse. TheraBreath is dentist formulated by Dr. Katz himself. TheraBreath doesn't mask bad breath like those burning alcohol mouthwashes that can actually irritate sensitive mouths. It's alcohol-free and free of gluten with no added dyes or colors. Find TheraBreath in all your favorite retail and drug stores. Look for the bright orange cap or online at TheraBreath.com. You can find a direct link at rickandbubba.com under the sponsors. TheraBreath, confidence in every capful.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows, and save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code EXTRA or text EXTRA to 511-511 and claim 40% off. Roundhouseprovisions.com, code EXTRA.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You can be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text EXTRA to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Message and data rates may apply. Paid for by Roundhouse Provisions.
You've heard us talk about Raycon before, but there's no better time to check them out than right now. They just launched their upgraded model of the best-selling everyday earbuds. You get the features you know and love, like that optimized gel tip for a custom fit, 3 customizable sound styles, and active noise cancellation, ergonomic design, and multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once. And get 15% off plus free shipping at buyraycon.com/bigvox. That's BIG, V as in voice, OX. Or find the link at rickandbubba.com. Have you heard of cancer-fighting foods? The American Cancer Society discovered diets rich in fruits and veggies may actually lower your risk of cancer. You should considering doing what I do, and that's add Field of Greens to your daily health regimen. Each fruit and veggie in Field of Greens was doctor-selected for studied health benefits. Get 15% off and free rush shipping at fieldofgreens.com and use